Hey everyone, so I wanted to talk about the job market real quick and what we see happening. So as of the making of this video, inflation is at 6.4%, which means that it is not going down as quickly as people would like. And that also means that even though we're seeing job loss at a rate that is steadily increasing and people losing these six-figure jobs. And I just made a video about people living paycheck to paycheck who are making over six figures a year. That is a recipe for disaster in our economy. And we all know that oil and gas is starting to rise up again. No one is really talking about that. But at the same time, China's production is still not at its peak, right? China is still slowly ramping back up into full steam and full production. Once China does that, the demand for oil is going to go up, and that also means that the price of oil will also rise to meet that demand as well, right? So if you can't afford oil now, if you can't afford gas now, can you imagine what that's going to look like in late 2023 or early 2024? Oil and gas prices are going to be $4 or $5 across the board, right? And in places like California and New York, it's going to be even more expensive because of the cost of living, the taxes, and everything else that's associated with that. So in a job market where people are already living paycheck to paycheck and now they're having their jobs taken away from them, you have big companies, especially those that are traded on the stock exchange that need to show a profit. Those are the companies that's going to be spearheaded in removing jobs that they simply do not need. Any job that is not a profitable business, any business that's not a profitable business for them, they are probably going to just do away with it completely for the time being in order to show profits to their investors and show that they are worth investing in, right? Because not everybody just buys a company because of the name. Some people want to see that that company is continuing to grow no matter what economy we're in. And so for big companies like Amazon, Google, Facebook, those type of companies, they need to put a stop to any bleeding, fill up those gaps, put a band-aid over it, allow it to heal, and then ride the wave of productivity in this tough market. With that being said, you're going to see more job loss, more businesses that are going to continue to try and stay above water. Some businesses will not be able to stay above water. The PPP loans, all of those other government-backed loans are no more, and people were barely staying afloat with that. Businesses were barely staying afloat with that. So now that they no longer have that, it is going to be very difficult for them to continue to stay afloat. And so you're going to see more job loss. You're going to see a lot of things that are sadly going to impact the everyday American, to where you may need 2 or 3 jobs just to make that same income that you were making before. And then companies will be less quick to hire, and they will also be less quick to give those big raises and bonuses. You're going to need years and years of experience in order to demand six-figure income moving forward. I even spoke to a few people who make over six figures and have been doing well in their space for over half a decade or longer, and they were in agreement that it just doesn't make sense how every software engineer or computer scientist or lawyer or doctor can make over six figures. And so we're going to see experience be a huge factor in whether or not people still earn what they earn. And you're going to see a lot of pushback from the everyday employee as well, because nobody wants to earn less than what they were making before. You were valued at this, so you believe that your value is this. And that's basically the same thing with the housing market, where people don't want to drop the price of their home because it was worth that at 3%, but now it's worth less at 6.5%. It makes no sense to them. They believe their house should be valued the same. So the same goes for people who were making money in a market where interest rates were 3%. They don't believe that their rates should be cut now that it's at 6.5%. And so there's a tug of war with housing, tug of war with employment, and there's less of a tug of war with gas because we all understand supply and demand. And with supply and demand, it is what it is, right? When China ramps back up, gas demand and oil demand is going to increase. And with that means that we will pay more for these things. So inflation is only going to go up, and short-term interest rates will have to increase in order to curb that demand even more, which means it will be more tough to buy a home. Housing prices are still not going to come down as quickly as you think, because it is an investment. And if you want to make the most bang for your buck, guess what? You got to hold on to that investment. You have to ride the economic pain and the downturn. And the only way you're going to sell is if you simply are not in a position to hold on to your investment, meaning you may have lost a job, you're not getting rental payments, things of that nature will cause you to sell off that investment. But if you're in a great financial position, then guess what? You will make money in this market because you have prepared yourself to ride this type of storm. And this is why preparation is always the key to everything that you do. Because when I save money, when I save and I get everything in line, when I have that emergency fund, when I have all these things, we never know what we're preparing for. But it's times like this where you come out on top and you make even more money because you have money. That's why they say the rich get richer and the poor get poorer, because now you can't hold on to these things that you used to hold on to in order to build wealth, right? So again, it's having that preparation mindset. Stock away money as you can now. Don't believe that you're safe at your current job. Continue to do what you can to be in the best financial position possible. And just be aware that anything can happen in this tough economy. With that, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. You know I post every single day at 8 a.m. daily, and I can't wait to see you on the next one. Peace.